Oh, we're going. This is the JT Sports Show, episode 22. It is Tuesday afternoon. I'm being joined by a man who is a big Wolves fan. You will recognize his voice. You will at some point see his face. But as you can see, his name is Concerned. Why concerned? Well, because of the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are 2-2 now. A lot of people are talking about what's going on. A lot of negative things being thrown around in the Twitterverse, whether it's Karl Anthony Towns talking in the media last night, whether it's Karl Anthony Towns tweeting, whether it's Anthony Edwards talking in the media, or whether it's just the play on the court. The play on the court is not good. It's ugly, expected, but still ugly. And we have a lot to get into. Jackson Borst is here. Borsty, how are you doing?
Well, I wish I was doing better, I will say. I'm concerned. And I'm not happy. I'm really pissed about the way things have started.
Yeah, I'm not to the level that you are, but I will say this: the effort level, the try hard level, the give a damn level has not been there through 4 games for this team. The Boo Birds were flying last night at the game. I wanted them to be louder for to be quite honest with you. But you came at me today and saying that the my opinions on the Wolves have been unfair. I'd like to hear you expand on that a little bit because this all came from talking about Karl Anthony Towns, how I feel like I'm fair with him. I'm not always negative. I'm not always positive. I think I can appropriately react to what's going on with Karl Anthony Towns. You feel differently. You think I'm too positive with him. You think I'm too positive with everybody besides Anthony Edwards, which I'm fine being negative on Ant because he needs to be criticized for what we think he can be. But I do harp on Cat sometimes, and yeah, the front office. There's been no reason to harp on them for a while because I like the trade and Chris Finch. I like him. I'm not going to harp on him. There might become a time where I have to soon. But Boris, just please expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, I was just kind of mad, and I wanted something to say. But I do feel that you are too positive sometimes with D'Lo. That's someone that you are too positive with sometimes, and that's just a fact. That is just a fact. You are the biggest D'Lo fan I know, and I don't think we can win with him. But he's not the issue right now. That's a later discussion. I like Finch too. This is not on Finch. This is not on Finch. This is on the terrible effort level. Well, actually, it might be a little bit on Finch for not, telling his players to be more aggressive, especially Edwards, standing in the corner all game. I don't understand it. I hate it. And yeah, I'm just kind of over Towns. I'm over it. I don't know how you feel. Last playoffs was just dismal, and we're seeing the same stuff that we've been seeing for 8 years. This is year 8. The immaturity, the fakeness in the media, the stat padding. I've had enough.
Okay, I agree with 2 of those 3 things. The stat padding, let's get into this real quick. We're not going to talk about it long. But your perception of stat padding is when a guy is in late in the game, basically, and he's just chucking up shots. Would that be correct?
No, it is getting rebounds, trying to get rebounds, like trying so hard to get them when the ball is going out. And when you try to get them, it ends up going out of bounds because you're trying that hard.
Well, I haven't noticed that at all. I mean, quite honestly, I'd love for him to do that more.
It happened the second game of the season.
Let's have him do that more. This team can't rebound any ball.
Rudy had the rebound, right? And Cat tried to get it himself. And loose ball goes out of bounds. Their ball, what do? They take it back and they hit a 3. And it also happened in the playoffs last year. I've seen it countless times where he tries to he tries to make sure his stats look good, where he is going selfishly for these rebounds, and the other person clearly has them.
Years past, maybe I agree, just because the team was so bad and he just wanted his numbers to be good. I don't think that's at the top of his mind right now. He got paid. We talked about this last. He got paid. He should just be worrying about winning. And
Yes.
I think he is. Like he's
Well,
not.
then, yeah, I agree. Then what was that comment in the media? Let's just get into that now.
All right. Well, all right. So we had some technical difficulties trying to get this, but this was Kat talking about Anthony Edwards, and how he could help Anthony Edwards. Hold on. All right.
Ant was just telling us that he puts a lot of this on him and he's got to be better in back-to-backs, that he has not done that so far. Can you help him through that, or just is that a young player trying to figure out what to do in this league and how to answer the bell 2 nights in a row?
Maybe I could do a better job of teaching him how to take care of his body, diet and everything. So that'll be on me. I know y'all think it's funny up here when he talks about Popeyes and all that shit. That doesn't make me happy to hear. We're high level athletes, so.
All right.
Off.
All right. So the premise of that is that he doesn't like, or he thinks that Ant doesn't take good enough care of his body, and that the media shouldn't be laughing at when he talks about Popeyes. Ant has talked about how he doesn't eat nearly as much fried food anymore. He has taken better care of his body. I mean, honestly, I think the Anthony Edwards second half of a back-to-back problem is his mentals. Like, he tells himself he's tired. Every single time, he always talks about, oh, I was so tired. Like, I just couldn't, coming into the game, I was tired. Like, that's just him. Like, battle through it. Like, other players can do it. There's old farts in this league that can play hard on the second night of a back-to-back. Patrick Beverley wasn't saying that. He's like 13 years older than Anthony Edwards. Like, that's, if it is really an issue, like if it's not just his mentals, then we have a serious issue on our hand, because he should not be that tired.
Physical. I think it's yeah, I agree. I think it's mental.
I mean, he talks about it all the time. Whatever he says, he just believes, and that's what he does. Whether it's some nights he says he's going to be aggressive, and he is. Some nights he says he's tired, and he just acts like it.
It goes back to the leadership thing. No one in that. Well, there might be, but Towns, he's not going to be someone that's saying like, "You're good, back to back and have another game like you did last night." He's not going to be saying that.
Yeah, I mean, D'Lo's always been the guy to hype up the younger players. I don't know if he's hyping up Ant. Pat Beverley was good in that way.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know enough about like Kyle Anderson, Austin Rivers. I think those guys are good locker room guys, but yeah, Anthony Edwards just has to take this upon himself. I don't think we can rely on anybody else in the locker room, because he is his own person. He has unbelievable talent, and it's just sad. Like, I was watching the highlights of last night's game just because I wanted to see the defensive issues and who it fell on the most. And from the highlights, because I didn't watch the whole game back, that would have been depressing. From the highlights, Anthony Edwards had by far the most horrible, indespicable effort / boneheaded mistakes on the defensive end from the highlights I watched. I mean, I really wish I could pull them up right now to watch it, but okay, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. There's not gonna be any. Howie's calling me. Great. There's not gonna be any volume to this, but we're gonna watch this. But just let's see here. Point is, he doesn't run back on defense. He doesn't know how to guard off ball. Cat had some issues guarding the 3-point ball. Rudy, I think, had one, if I remember correctly. But let's do this. Let's watch this. We're going to watch this 9 minutes of highlights from this game, okay? And we're going to watch about how bad this defense is and how bad of effort it was.
Don't you think if Cat is the leader in that locker room, then we have a massive problem on our hands?
Yeah. But I don't think, I mean, I'd hope that there's other guys that also step up.
Like, is this trade like looking like the Titanic?
Well, right now it is, but I expected it to look maybe not this ridiculous. Bad. But all right, let's okay. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to watch this game. If you are not watching this on YouTube, then you're going to be missing out here. Ready for this?
Oh, I don't even know if I can watch this.
No, this is must watch because oh
Just
god,
play
I
it.
hope
Just
no.
play it.
This might be a horrible connection, but let's hope not. All right, we're gonna talk through this game here.
Well, why is he staying in the corner?
Look at him right now. Look at him right
why?
now. Okay,
Why?
that's fine. I mean, the first play of the game, it was probably they set that play up. All
Why
right,
is he
look
staying
at
in the
Anthony
corner?
Edwards. Why is he? Oh, no, we're going back. Look what he's doing. He's jogging. That's his man. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
No, this
He
is
had a tough
bad.
game.
What's he? That's Sohan is his man right there. That's bad. All right, we're gonna keep watching this. We're gonna point out who the
It's
defensive
also
faults
bad
are.
because he did nothing on the offensive possession before. It's not like he was.
Nope. Watch this. Watch Anthony Edwards. Just wait. Watch him. Look at him. See him? Look at his
Yeah,
man. Look at his
That's
man.
bad. That's bad.
This is not good. This isn't all Ant. We'll find we don't have to watch this whole thing, but like that's not that bad of defense, quite honestly.
Well, why is it like this? Is it an effort thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
This is sad.
Why does he have games like this?
I don't know. Good play. We'll watch like a minute more. See if there's any more faults. Let's see who had a defensive mistake here. Yeah, coming off the screen, Jaden wasn't great there. But you know what I mean? Like there's been the two plays on defense. We'll stop watching this. The two plays on defense that weren't that bad were Jaden and D'Lo. The other three plays, those were indespicable. That's effort. And
Well, who's going to be the one to light a fire under him this year? Pat's not here anymore.
I don't know, but like, why can't he just do it? Why does somebody have to do that?
I know.
It's sad.
I still think it would help if there was like a veteran leader in there to help, but there's not.
This is a good time to bring this quote up. This is what Ant said after the game. I came out with no energy at all. I tried to find some in the second quarter, couldn't get any, and it just carried over to the next half. I got to come out with better energy and help us. Yes, you do. I don't know what else we can say about this besides the fact that his mentals are not in the right place when it comes to being tired on the second half of the back-to-back. He tells himself he's tired. He is tired. Maybe he should tell himself he's not tired. Maybe he should just, like, why not want to go for 30 in 3 in a row? Like, why wouldn't he want to do that?
Exactly.
He should be able to go for 30 points every night.
Yeah. Well, why is he standing in the corner all the time? I don't get it.
I like we talked about this last night. Like, if it's not Finch's fault, like, because the night prior, it's not like Finch was like, get the ball to Ant tonight, and then the next night he's like, nah, we'll run plays for someone else.
It happened in overtime though, 2 games ago, where he had 30. It was overtime, and he was doing the same corner thing. Finch said after the game, "That's on me."
Well, Finch can say that. That's every single coach.
Okay, well.
When Ant stands I will stand on this grave until the world ends. When Ant stands in the corner for 3 straight possessions, that's on him.
Yeah.
That's not.
Take the ball yourself. Yeah.
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 You're the freaking franchise player. It's not like you're a center where you're not going to go grab the ball at the top of the key. That's what you do.
It's on him. I said, well, I just want to get some positives first. His game 2 nights ago. Why does he keep saying 2 nights? 2 games ago against Oklahoma City was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He was great. I just wish we could see that every single game.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't drop 40 this next game, 40, I'm going to start to rethink things.
You are the biggest Anthony Edwards stan. I'm a big fan, but I'm not as big of a personal Anthony Edwards fan, I guess, as you are, because it's almost as impossible to be. But I mean, back in the preseason, I said I was worried about his inconsistency. You said no, it'll be okay. Just preseason. I just had that inkling. Like you don't just like sure come out in the preseason and maybe miss some shots. Like that's fine, but he just didn't do anything. Like his defense was awful in that game. His offense, he didn't even try. Like I just want him to try. Like be aggressive. I don't care if you miss shots. Just at least shoot them.
Yeah, that's why I just said I'm going to start rethinking things. I just said that.
Yeah, I know. And it's good that you're rethinking things. But I mean, I don't want this to happen. Like
Neither do I. Yeah.
I want him to be unbelievable, but he's just not. I don't know if he doesn't want to be unbelievable. Like he talks like he has the confidence up the wazoo. He always says he's gonna figure things out. Like I'll figure it out. Like I'll put this team on my back. Never happens.
Do it. Yeah. It's wide open. We're not going to win with Towns as the focal point. We're not going to win with D'Lo as the focal point. It's on him. He's got to put this team on his back and take us like however far we're going to go.
Yeah. Your thoughts on Rudy Gobert through 4 games?
I like it. I really do. I think he's very good at defense. The rebounding's great. I think he's a good guy. I like it. That's why, like, I feel bad for not liking the trade because I really do like Rudy, but just the picks that we gave up. And if this ends up not going well, we're screwed.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can like you liked the trade a month ago. It's 4 games.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No,
yeah,
you did. Clear. I never really liked the trade. I liked getting Gobert.
You were intrigued by it and you liked the upside to it.
Yes. And
I think that upside is still there.
Yeah, it's just very concerning right now.
Well, yeah, but I mean it's only 4 games. It's 4 of 82 games.
Another problem I have is like thinking about what could have been if we didn't do it. And that's what gets me. Like, what if we just ran it back, got rid of D'Lo, and brought in a different point guard, kept Pat Bev? What do you think would be happening right now?
Well, we'd probably be 4-0 right now, but we'd also probably not go deep in the playoffs.
How do you know that?
Because
we might not do that anyway.
You know, like you're contradicting yourself a little bit in saying that you don't want Cat to be a major focal point. Yeah. But if you don't make that trade, Cat's a bigger focal point on this team.
Well, no, as a second option.
Yeah, Cat is, but now he's like
Cat was really good last year. He was in the regular season. He was really, really good.
Cat, he could still be really, really good this season.
I just don't see it. I don't think he's there mentally.
I mean,
I don't think he is there mentally. He got his money. I don't really think there's any motivation for him because he doesn't like to win. He's not a winning player. I think it's just going to be about the stats. Like if he puts up good numbers and they lose, he'll go to the media and he'll be like we'll be fine. I believe in this team. Blah 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 blah.
He seemed quite happy when he put up like 13 points and they won.
Yeah, because he was good. He
13 points?
Yeah, he wasn't ball hogging.
You just said if he puts up low points and they win, it's like whatever, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like he didn't put up great stats and they won. That's like good players. That's what a winning player would do. Yeah, I'm not saying he's a winning player.
Who knows if he's happy with that?
No, but I'm just saying, like,
I think comment about Edwards. If he loved Edwards, if he was like, I'm so happy this guy's my teammate, he's gonna, get that away for now. Get that away. Let me finish what I'm gonna say.
Well, I thought it was a good time to bring it up because you're talking about if he loves this team. He says this group is special.
He's fake.
Ain't hearing any outside noise. Well, Carl, you're the one that brought the noise.
Exactly. So if he loved Ant, he wouldn't say something like that. If there wasn't any jealousy there, he wouldn't say it. He wouldn't be talking shit to the media like a complete scumbag if he loved his teammates, especially Edwards, who's taking his throne basically.
Yeah, I mean, again, I guess have to take a step back, and this team is only 2-2. They're not 0-4.
Yeah, but they're horrible teams. These are teams they're taking.
I know.
But I will say this is a horrible time to play the tanking teams because they always play hard the first month.
That's
If this
true.
was January or February, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's unfortunate, I will say.
it's a good point. Spurs are playing hard. Tomorrow
So the
night,
Jazz
I want this team to look like somebody.
shot a fire under their ass.
I was gonna say lit a fire under their
Oh,
ass.
yeah. All right, so this is what I'm going to grill you about.
Sure.
My mind's already made up. If the season goes poorly, I'll say. So, same as last year, 7 seed, we lose first round, or worse, playing. Hopefully, God forbid, that doesn't happen. Are you ready to have the Towns conversation?
Yeah.
So we could like.
I was ready
Would
in the
you be
playoffs
okay
last
with
year.
moving him, with trading him?
If this team's no better than last year, yes. I would love.
But
I
that
would
would already be admitting failure to the Gobert trade because we would basically just be asking for our picks back.
Yeah.
Like yeah, let's.
I think this team. There's a chance that if last year's team. It's an interesting point. If last year's team had Rudy Gobert versus Karl Anthony Towns, I think the team's probably better.
Well, I don't know, but because Cat was really good in the regular season. That's the thing.
Yeah, but Rudy wins games.
Yeah.
And
But
last year,
but last regular season, Edwards wasn't really ready to be the number one. You know, like Towns was the number one during the regular season. We all saw it. And then
he's
the
not ready
playoffs.
this year either.
Well, I don't know. The playoffs, I disagree. You watched the playoffs. Come on. That is what a number one player looks like.
Oh, Ant was phenomenal in the playoffs. And that's why I think, like, when he does want to show up, which it seems like in the playoffs he does, just get us to the playoffs. Like Anthony Edwards will, and then have Cat and the rest of the team just synergize. I just want to see a synergizing team by the time the playoffs will come. This team is going to make the playoffs. They are gonna make the playoffs.
That's not good enough.
No, that's why
we gave up. The playoffs should not be the goal.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying my point is they're gonna get to the playoffs, and then you let Ant be Ant. Because Ant in the playoffs last year was scary good. And if this team is synergized by them, everybody else will be good.
Well,
and
yeah,
Cat and Gobert.
Why can't it be like that in the regular season? Why can't it just be carried that energy?
Well, it can be. It can be. But there's so many new parts, and adding a Rudy Gobert type player to this team changed so many things. Their entire defensive.
Didn't the Gobert thing kind of make the offense weird? I keep seeing this clogging, like it's clogging the lane.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's why it's going to take time. It's going to take time.
Yeah. There's just something not right with the Cat thing. I mean, it's 8 years of this.
Well, in terms of the immaturity, crying on the floor, that type of thing, it'll never stop. It will never stop.
And that's a huge problem.
Is it crying, like complaining to the refs? Yeah, it's a problem.
Oh my God, we were at the Clippers game, dude. We were at the play-in game. We all saw the abomination that was. I was at game 3.
That was due to the Clippers being the best team at guarding Cat last year.
Well, okay, fair, but what about game 3? I saw that collapse live.
Yeah, that wasn't just Cat. That was
Here you go again.
That was D'Lo. That was Ant. That was everybody.
No, it was mostly. It was Pat Bev thinking that he was the best player on the team, and it was Cat. He was not there that game. Oh, in the playoffs, but he gets another excuse.
Why?
Because I'm saying like you give him another excuse, like oh, it was the whole team.
What it was, the whole team collapsed in game 3. One player doesn't give up a 27-point lead.
Okay, well he was also what was he that game? He was like 2 for 10 or something like that. He had 6 points, five fouls.
Yeah.
That's terrible in the playoffs, no less.
Yeah.
So why do you think that in year 8 it'll just change all?
I texted you a few days ago. We've seen it. I don't think he can get any. He's not. This is his ceiling.
Yeah.
So just
That's
accept it.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's an all NBA player.
Yeah, that's fine, but it's about the leadership aspect.
Yeah, he's never that. The off the court, he's weird.
Then why don't we trade him then?
Because they didn't want to trade. I mean, if you were going to trade him, it would have been a few years ago. They're not going to trade him now because then you're getting picks back for him, and they don't want to be like a quote unquote seller.
So this is what I would have done last summer. And I would have done this at the time too. Like this is my thinking at the time. Granted I do like Rudy and everything, so this is nothing against him.
Mm-hmm.
If I was the general manager, president of basketball operations last summer, post Memphis, this is what I would have done. I would have traded D'Lo for either picks or younger type players, maybe 3-and-D guys who can defend.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, I'm just saying that's what I would have attempted to do, and
I bet you they did.
But I would have.
They were shopping him.
Yeah, but listen, and then I would have brought in. I would have either tried to draft this player, or I would have brought in a younger type player who could rebound really well, and like I said, defend. And I would have ran it back with Pat Bev at point guard. I know he's old, but we would have had him at point guard, Edwards, McDaniels, Vanderbilt, and Towns. No D'Lo, the same team, but it's a smaller team. It's built around Edwards, and I don't know. I just would have seen. I would have tried to see what would happen, and we'd have all our picks.
That team is playing team at their ceiling is a playing team.
I don't know about that.
You're not going to be a top 6 seed in the Western Conference with Patrick Beverley as your starting point guard. I mean, that guy is fragile. He'll get hurt. Then you have Jordan McLaughlin as your starting point guard, which I like J-Mac. J-Mac
Isn't there something to be said for leadership?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I would take Pat Bev on the bench.
Well, maybe we could have went out and got a different point guard too. But you know what I mean. I wouldn't have done anything so drastic after such a promising start last year. Or I would have just kept D'Lo and ran it back and got a couple other good pieces, but not traded away everything. A completely new offense and all that. I just would have ran it back and see. Well, yeah, now they've had a taste of the playoffs. They had a very promising start. Well, now let's see what happens. Now let's see how far they can go this time. I mean, we should have made it to the second round. That's the thing. We should have won that series.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think this is a good discussion. I think the next time we talk, it could be a totally different discussion. And then the next time after that, it could be a totally different discussion. I just think this team might just go on freaking peaks and valleys this year, or they could just become a really steady team that wins a lot of games, or they could become a dumpster fire. We don't know.
If we do, then Tim Connolly is the most disastrous hire we've ever done.
And Mark Lowry and A-Rod are awful because they ran the bus on that.
Yeah, they did.
And then, Chris Finch, not a good coach.
No, I like Finch. I think Finch is good.
I wanted to go down on the court last night and scream at the players. The thing he doesn't do, his flaw, in my opinion, he's too chill. I swear, like he doesn't get like he's got to light a fire under their ass.
That's
Like
why you
they
need
were
a player
playing
like Pat
so.
Bev or something
No,
like
I
that.
mean, yeah,
I mean,
but
does Tim Connolly, did he even watch our team last year? Like, did he do enough studying on this like roster to like understand what worked last year? Honestly, like, did this guy just come in here and be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna give up our future for Gobert? Like, I just, it's so weird to me.
well, it wasn't just Tim Connolly.
Yeah, it's
Chris
puzzling.
Finch wanted it. The owners
Especially,
wanted it.
yeah, that was dumb of them. Very
A
dumb.
lot of people
Stay
wanted it.
patient. Patience. Especially with a couple of the young guys we have.
Well, I'm
Patience.
not calling it dumb yet. 4 games.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Borshty, thanks for coming on. The Wolves play tomorrow night against the Spurs. Then they got the Lake Show on Friday night at Target Center. Then they play the Spurs again on Sunday. And then they play, or maybe the Monday. I don't remember. But either way, this has been the JT Sports Show. Please like and subscribe. Please follow us. I promise at some point there will be 2 episodes a week. I just have to figure it out. But thank you for watching. Peace out.